Okay then, Ben, big night this weekend. Riakporhe, Turkey, we'll talk about it in a couple of moments, but it's an exciting billing. I mean, we've just heard lots of the guys, with their pre-fight press conferences, but what is it about this night, if you want to pick out something in particular, away from the main event, which is exciting for you?
There's a lot going on. I think Chris Kongo is in a life or death match in terms of his career. Formella is the perfect fight for him to make a statement. He's obviously gone and headline fights against Sean Porter, against Conor Benn, taking them the distance. It's time for Chris to show what he's done since he lost to McKinson, and I think he's always said since we started speaking to him, I want world titles. That wasn't me against McKinson. That was an awkward fighter. Well, now's his chance to prove it, and he's got to perform on Saturday night. It's a massive fight for him. It's a great opponent for him. It's a massive opportunity, and he's got to take it with both hands. So, that in particular stands out. And Chelly Brown, impossible to call. Jermaine Brown beat Charlie Schofield with ease at Carnbrook, won the English title, beat Jamal Ledoux with ease, now fights Zach Chelly, who won our tournament and is a completely opposite fight to what he faced before. And you've got a really skillful boxer against a come-forward fighter, both work incredibly hard outside of the ring, and it's a cracker, and it's a 50-50, and I know both fighters so well, it is a genuine 50-50 because I have no idea who's going to win that. So I think those two fights, Lauren Price's debut, which we've been waiting for a long time, and that's a special moment for her, and really excited to get her going, and what she can achieve in the sport can go beyond what has been achieved, and that's a special moment for her. And Vidal Riley is homecoming in London, huge support, very, very popular guy, very well respected across so many industries, so much interest in his career, but he can box as well, and we see that in his amateur record. We see that now at 5-0, and he wants to push on for titles. So amazing card, actually. Three really sort of 50-50 proper fights. Lauren Price debut, Vidal Riley. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, no, it generally is a brilliant card, Ben. Let's talk main event, shall we? Yeah. Richard Riakporhe, Fabio Turchi. You've just said on stage, 6 to 9 months, you want Richard fighting or winning a world title. Well, I think that was Adam Smith, but that's you agreed. It's true, I did agree. That is a plan. That's been the plan since we met. Remember, he did have 2 months of inactivity. When we first spoke to him last July, he couldn't even get on a card. He was out of the ring for 18 months, and we sat down with him, and we saw so much in him. He does so much outside the ring, charitable work, and has so many sort of facets to what he does, that we just needed to give him the trajectory. We knew he could punch. We knew he'd got through so many challenges domestically. Now it's like, can he take that form into world contention? And that's what's happened so far, and it's baby steps. And Turchi's next, and that is a real tough fight for an eliminator. Hopefully a world title next. We can deliver it. If Richard is ready, if Angel Fernandez is ready, we feel like he's going to be a serious fighter for anyone. We feel like he's been sort of disrespected a little bit, because every time he wins there's an excuse for why he won, or he's done this or he's done that, he's not looked great. Well, the fact is he always wins, and what other fighters go straight through a domestic division like he does? No one really does that anymore. He now arrives on the world scene, and every time we put someone in front of him, he deals with him, and purely from his knockout power, and I think that's going to continue. And there's not a cruiserweight in the world, I think, that actually wants to get in the ring with him. So it's exciting, and hopefully world titles will follow if he can come through on Saturday night. Yeah, and that's the thing with Richard, Ben. You look at him, model looks incredible. This incredible knockout power, speaks really well. Do you think beyond cruiserweight? Do you think that this guy beyond Turkey, maybe Lawrence Okoli, maybe stepping into the heavyweight division? It just feels like with Richard Riakporhe, for you as a promoter, he must be an absolute dream. I think both Okoli and Riakporhe really are heavyweights. They're 6'6" monsters. Richard is an absolute monster. He wants to win a world title at cruiserweight division. He wants to prove how good a boxer he is, and I think he'll do that. But of course, he wants to get in the mix. He wants to be in that heavyweight division. He's got power like you've never seen before. I really believe that. I get asked about the biggest power you've ever seen. You always think about Deontay Wilder. Ask anyone who spars Richard or gets in the ring with Richard. It's freakish, his power, and that's why he doesn't even need to be in a fight, and he knows he just needs one shot, and that's all it takes in the heavyweight division. I think the cruiserweight division, I've spoken to David Hay about this. When you're used to fighting quicker guys, smarter guys, faster guys. When you go up to a heavyweight division, it's perfect because the guys are a bit slower and you can't catch them. And I think Richard's power will come into even more effect in the heavyweight division. Cruiserweight first, and I'm sure we'll see him in the heavyweight division in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I just want to push you on that a little bit more with that terms of that heavyweight division, because it is what people like Okoli and Richard, without question, are looking at. We have seen Cruiserweight step up and be successful in the heavyweight division. You talk about his punch power. He's definitely someone who we think and believe can step up. If he was to do that, again, as a promoter, you talk about the punch power of Deontay Wilder. Who would you maybe put him in with, maybe initially? Give us some names, Ben.
I think he could compete quite comfortably now with the likes of Chisora. He would love the Dillian Whyte fight. Look, I am not saying he's as established as those guys, but he's young, he's fit, he's never taken a knock, he's ready to go. He's a fresh, young 31-year-old. He wants to win a Cruiserweight title, so before we start talking about names in the heavyweight division, it might be a very, very different place by the time Richard wants to go into it. But that's his ambition, and he knows that he deals well with the big guys. He spars them all the time. He knows he's in the gym with Anthony Joshua and Fraser Clark, and they treat him like a heavyweight. That's where he wants to get to. Fact is, he wants to win a world title and then get to there. And as I say, it might have all changed by then.
Look, Ben, it's an incredible card on Saturday. Really excited for the headline event, and we look forward to having a catch-up very soon and seeing where Richard's at then and potentially talking world titles.
Hopefully, definitely.